Hi, today we will be asking ourselves a question, how to get the most of our lives. And we will start with very simple answer we already know, and that is, do what thou wilt. To some extent, that makes sense, because you know yourselves the most, the best, and you should know what gives you pleasure and what not, you see. And we are different, we find nectar or pleasure in different places, doing different activities. Some people find their portion of nectar, pleasure, in living peaceful life. And some people, they find their nectar if they put their life into danger. They might be doing some extreme sports. They like that thrill, they like that adrenaline. They might also join local mafia or police force or army or something like that. And there are people who like the thrill, adrenaline, which they get from doing forbidden things, like stealing or cheating. And there are people who like to hurt others, who like to torture others, who like to destroy others, who like to kill others, who like to beat the competition. And they might do that in a sports area or in real life, using words or fists or guns, whatever. Intelligence. They will have to be the best in religion, the best in science, the best in sports, the best in family. They compete, and their goal is to destroy all others, to be the best. And then again, there are people who are in minority today, but they like to help others. They find their nectar there. And some people, they like just watching television and drinking beer. And some people like playing video games, for example. And others, they enjoying, running. We would say that's boring, but when you run, your body is overflowed with endorphins. And those are substances like drugs. And you find great pleasure there, okay? And I have almost forgotten also sex. I would say that majority of people find in sex more or less pleasure, more or less nectar, and their body, when they do that activity, is overflowed also with certain chemicals, okay? And some people, they like to go to nightclubs, and they like to dance there, and some people like to dance elsewhere, and some people use the dance for attaining a state, a trance state, and then again, their body is overflowed with different kind of chemicals, okay? And some people help themselves to attain that state with drugs. They inject drugs into their body, they eat drugs, they drink drugs, they smoke drugs, and they receive some pleasure from that activity also. And some people, they do yoga, meditation, or spiritual exercises, they call them like that. And again, they receive a great nectar from that activity. Okay. And some people, they don't like mystical things. They are satisfied with, I would say, ordinary religions. Okay, they'll just like to go to church each day or each week, or to temple or to mosque. Okay, so we are different. We are doing different things, but the pleasure we are getting from that, it's more or less the same. If you have tested different things, you know that. So the question is this the most what we can get of our lives? And the answer, of course, is no. There is something much greater to be gained from our lives than all these activities and satisfaction. Now you might say, I don't believe it, and I know you don't believe it, because if you would believe it, I would not have this presentation, because there would be no need for me to tell you about those things. You would find that thing, but you don't believe it. So let me remind you that my previous presentation was all about worldviews, views on the world, views on the problems and solutions. If you don't see the solution from one angle, look from the other one. Maybe there is a solution there, maybe you will see it. And this is what I'm trying to show you here this another angle, another perspective on the problem, okay? But let me continue. I will not stop there. I will show you that you already know that there is something much more to be gained from this life. And you know that, okay? That should be a surprise for you. Okay. But if you listen to me, you will know that is the truth. So, let me continue. Today there is popular saying that the truth is in us, okay? The answers are within you. You just have to listen to yourself. And that's some truth to that also. I can affirm that. It's not that all truth is in us. Some truth is in us, and the other truth is just in front of our noses. I would say it's like that. Let me continue. So, if there is the truth in you, and you don't know about it, so the truth must be hidden. So the next question arises, who is hiding that truth from you? Is it me? I wouldn't say so. Is it some secret society or conspiracy or anything like that? Well, maybe it could be, but the obvious answer is, it's you. You are hiding that truth from yourself. And now the next question arises, why? Why are you hiding the truth from yourself? I realized that what I have just said, it sounds stupid to you. It might sound stupid to you, you see, because you have some problems, solution is in you, but you hide the solution from yourself. It doesn't make sense, doesn't it? But wait a minute, I will show you another perspective, and you will see that that makes complete sense. It is not that my claim doesn't make sense. It's what you are doing doesn't make sense. Okay? That's the thing. So, when I was thinking which example should I present you to illustrate the issue, I found one example from the nature. Okay? Since most people like to imagine things, I guess it will not be such a problem for you to imagine that that fly is you, okay? Similarly, as you taste nectar from your life, this fly tastes the nectar of this plant, okay? Now, the nectar is located on the edge of this plant, and by the way, this is fly, bug, eating plant, okay? Now, I don't remember, maybe it is true, maybe it isn't, but it might be that some plants, they produce also nectar which is poisonous, but I'm not sure. But anyway, there is nectar and fly tasted that nectar. But as I remember, majority of those plants have the edge which is a little bit slippery. So, fly sooner or later slips there, and it falls down. And at the bottom of this plant there is liquid which is poisonous or acid, okay, and dissolves the soft tissue of the bug, and everything what remains from that bug is just the outer shell, okay. And we could say that the fly, her life, its life, his life, is sucked out from the fly. That was a brief description of this trap, okay. And now let's take a look different plant which also feeds itself by flies and bugs, okay. Now this plant also produces nectar, and fly or bug comes and eats it, okay. And if he's not careful enough, this traps and closes itself, and then the bug is digested. And I believe that this picture presents already digested bug, that this is only its outer shell, okay. And on this example, this picture, I believe that we see a bug which is just being digested by the plant. So there you have it. So the fly, the bug, is you, okay, and the nectar is anything sweet, satisfaction you get out of your life. And what is then the plant? Bug eating plant. Well, that are ideas, beliefs, or organizations. Okay. You get something from ideas. You like some ideas. You get something from ideas and from organizations also. And now let's go back to the truth. To know the truth, you have to look a little bit more deeply, that you might see what is going on. Okay, if you are that fly, and you would see, oh, that there are dead corpse of flies. Okay, or you should be open-minded enough that you would see this kind of trap. You should be broad-minded enough. Okay. Now, some people, they see those things in their lives, and they are pretty much negative. They only see darkness and blackness and destruction, and everything is without sense for them. Okay, they are negative. They don't believe that anything else exists. Okay, or they see only the trap and only dying. And then Mr. Wise, smart fly comes around and says, don't be like that. Yes, there is dying, there is this, there is that, many problems, but just enjoy the moment. You have nectar here, come on. Okay, now this looks like that's a positive person, but in reality it isn't. That person doesn't want to look deeply, to think deeply, to be, that person is not open-minded enough. Okay, but it's very narrow-minded. Okay, and it doesn't believe in solution. Okay, so that person, that fly, is not positive at all, even though you think, oh, this is so positive. It's not. The person doesn't want to think, doesn't want to be brought open-minded, because that person doesn't believe in solution. Negative person doesn't believe in solution, and that kind of positive person also doesn't believe in solution. So they are equal. You are positive if you see everything as it is, and if you believe that there is solution and you try to search for that solution. That is the meaning of positive. Okay. The solution exists, and it does. There are plenty of nectars elsewhere. The whole world, it's not just this fly eating trap. There is whole world around there, but they are not so open-minded enough that they would see that. Okay, we have just seen two examples where a fly knew the reality. Okay, knew the truth, but the truth was hidden by the fly from itself. Okay, so similarly, we do similarly in our lives. Okay, in first example, the fly didn't want to see positive things, and in the second example, fly didn't refuse to see negative things. But both flies didn't want to acknowledge that the outside world, the world, that there is much more to the world than just only that fly-eating plant. Okay, so there were two examples how we hide the truth. And the third reason why are we hiding the truth is proudness. We are proud, you see. I might tell you everything about the plant, about those things in life, and you might say to me, what do you know? Or you might say, well, I'm clever, yes, they didn't make it, but I will. Okay, now I might ask you, do you have a plan? No. Do you understand how this plant entraps the bugs? No. Do you understand your capabilities? No, you don't understand yourself, you don't understand your enemy, you don't understand nothing. Did you have a thought about that? Did you think about it? No, really? So what can I say to you? I have a plan, it works, I can explain to you, and you don't want to listen because, I don't know, maybe you're optimistic and you believe in yourself, but that's stupid, and people do that also. Another reason why are you hiding the truth from yourself and why are you not so willing to hear about the truth is the following one. You namely gain something from that plant and you are not prepared to lose that. You are not prepared to lose that and be left with nothing. Okay, you are not prepared to take the risk. You say, it's very possible, you know, it's better something than nothing. Okay, this is real, this is what I have. Okay, and you are afraid basically. But you don't need to be afraid because I don't feed myself with that kind of nectar. I feed myself from other source and I can show you and explain to you. Okay, maybe in 1 hour you will know it. There are many more reasons why are you hiding the truth from yourself, but they are quite deep. But today we will not go so deep, but a little bit deeper we can go. Okay, but it might be too much for you. It might that you will scream and you will say, this is not true, but it is obvious to me. Okay, because I have accepted the truth. Are you prepared? Are you ready? Okay. The following reason why you don't want that the truth is revealed, why are you hiding the truth, is that you are accomplice. And I was and you are accomplice in crime. Okay, how can that be? See, this plant eats bugs and flies. And the more bugs it attracts, the more bugs it kills, the bigger it gets. And a part of that energy is given to you in the form of nectar, and you like that nectar. You are not prepared to renounce it. If you would be, the previous reason why you're hiding the truth was that you don't want to leave that nectar. You are not prepared to renounce it. You love it. And you see that there are corpses of dead flies, and you don't care. You receive your nectar. That's everything what matters for you. You don't even care for yourself. You just enjoy. Okay? So it's not in your interest that this plant would stop with killing. That's not in your interest. It's not in your interest that killing stops. So what are you then? You are a partaker in crime. Okay? Now let me give you a couple of examples. We said that this plant represents ideas and organizations. So let's start with criminal organization. Let's say it's mafia. Okay? Now mafia attracts people with gifts and or with force, by force. Okay? So if you are not against mafia, you are for mafia. If they kill someone and you don't say a word, they will grow. They will take riches of that person and they will become stronger, and you don't say a word. And then they will kill another person and they will take his fortune and riches, and you will be quiet. Okay? And they will grow and grow and grow. Okay? So you are guilty. Even if you don't accept their gifts, even if you are only quiet, you are guilty. You are accomplice. You are supporting them. But if you take gifts from them, you are even more guilty. Okay? That's one thing. Another thing is, let's say, media. Media feeds itself also with your life. How can that be? Well, media also attracts, or movie stars, or let's say religions, or different ideas. They feed themselves. The more people they attract, the better it is for them. Okay? The more worship they receive, the more money they collect, the more powerful they become. And they like that. That is nectar for them. Okay? And let's stay with media. Okay, the more people they can attract, the more money they get. Now think about that. How do you get money? You get money if you work, or at least it takes some time for you to get some money. Okay, normally, usually. So energy is needed, and time, your part of your life, is needed. You exchange part of your life for money, and you give that money to media. Okay, they feed themselves. You pay them directly, or through commercials they feed themselves. Okay, but money represents, actually, you have exchanged money for your life, for your part of your life. So that is your energy, your life. And they are feeding themselves with you. And similarly, as the life of fly is sucked out of that fly when it falls into the trap, so is the life energy sucked step by step out of you. It's the same. You get something out of that. You get pleasure, nectar, watching television, doing anything. But what is the cost? What is the price? That's the question. Okay. And I can give you another example. Let's say there is one religion, maybe atheistic religion, theistic religion, I don't care what kind of religion, and there is some priest of that religion, and the principle is the same. The more people he attracts, the more money he collects, the bigger he gets. And the bigger he gets and the stronger he gets, his religion or his belief system gets stronger and stronger. And since majority of people, they don't want to hear about the truth, they are prepared to pay for lie. And you see, the strongest religions, the strongest organizations are therefore telling people lies. And people are prepared to pay for that lies. They sacrifice their lives for lies. They support lies. And I did that also. In one area of human activities, I heard about one lie, and I lied to myself. Oh, that's not a lie. Oh, it's a small lie. Oh, it's nothing. No. But when you look deeply enough, you see it's not a little unharmful thing. It's very harmful. But if you don't know the truth, if you don't know the real source of energy and everything, of nectar, you don't have anything else. You just take the share. You are accomplice in crime, and you pretend everything is fine, but it isn't, you see. And I will try to reveal the whole truth to you, but in doing that, everything what is wrong will be revealed. And of course, people whose life is based on lie will not love that. They might say they are very tolerant, but they tolerate lie and they don't tolerate truth. And they don't tolerate love. They don't care for you. I care. My nature was changed. Okay. Before I didn't care for anyone. Now I do care for everyone. I love people. Okay? And I don't accept donations. I don't have button for donations. I have enough. I don't need much. I have more than enough. And when I will not have enough, well, then my time has come and I'm prepared. Okay? So, let me finish with this thought. Once again, is this the topmost thing we can get out of this life, or is something more? And I'm telling you, there is much, much more, you know. And whatever we can get out of this life by ourselves, it's compared with this thing. You might call this nectar, but we live lives like that. But the real life, it's much nicer. And I hope you will be partaker in that life. Okay? I hope we will see each other there. It's not imaginary. Okay, I don't care for what I wish. I care for what is real, what is the truth. I don't care for opinion. I will show you the truth, or I will try to show you the truth. Okay, so be well till next time. Bye bye.